Good afternoon, YouTube. How is everyone doing this afternoon? And it is a beautiful, beautiful afternoon today. I hope everyone's doing well. I just came today to join the YouTube community and share some thoughts, some events that have recently happened, and get your opinion on some of the things that have transpired in my life that I'd like to share with you and share with basically other people within the YouTube community, just in case they have encountered certain things that um, I am about to share with you. So recently, I received an email from YouTube, and the email that I received from YouTube wasn't disturbing. It wasn't something that I expected, but nevertheless, it was just sort of perplexing that I would receive a email from YouTube with this message. So before I get into the message that I received from YouTube, I just sort of want to get into this. Based on the small amount of time I have been on YouTube creating content and sharing it with you all, it appears to me that I'm not going to say this is the algorithm. I truly believe, hey, what's up, JM? Glad you joined the live screen. Joined the live. I'm about to talk about something that basically it was brought to my attention. But before I go into that, tell me what's going on, how you've been. It's been a minute since basically, I've heard from you or talked to a lot of people on YouTube. So tell me what's going on in your life. Love to hear from you. And then I'm going to share with you, what's going on right now. But if I don't receive a response, I'm going to start sharing. So recently, as I was saying, I received a letter from YouTube talking about they're trying to keep their community safe. And I'm going to read the letter to you in a few minutes. But they're trying to keep their community safe. And within the small amount of time that I have been on YouTube, I have not made any content that endangers anyone's welfare, endangers anyone's well being, physically or mentally, or anything like that. So for me to receive an email like this, it makes me perplexed to go, why is it that not only since I started posting certain content that was describing certain true events, not only did they call it, I think, your watch hours, not only did my watch hours decline until they were gone, I started to recognize that I was being shadow banned. Shadow ban basically is where your content is not allowed to basically reach a certain audience. Hello, your compadre Lidam is associated with PDF New York Future. Okay. Um, I don't know who PDF New York Future is. Some of the people who he knows, I don't know all of them. So although he may be associated with him, that doesn't mean I know who this is. That doesn't mean I've talked to this person. So I don't know who PDF New York Future is. No relation to me. That's not a family member of mine. He is a YouTuber. Okay. What did he do? What did he do? I don't know what PDF New York Future did. Again, YouTube is not my job. I'm actually a lawyer. My job basically is I sue collection agencies. I have become a part-time YouTuber as a result of things that transpired in Thailand. And now I create content as a platform to not only address the hate that I see, I also use it as a platform to enlighten people of other content that I see that I like to bring awareness to because, as you've probably seen a lot of my content, there's a lot of bullies on social media. What country you're going next? We're going to Brazil. So that's our next destination. We have a motorcycle. Well, not we. I have a motorcycle in the Dominican Republic. So I will be going over there for about 2 weeks. Ride my bike. Have some fun, and then we'll be going over to into Brazil to do some research. Um, as I've come to understand and recognize, oil and water do not mix. I know my personality and my morals and values and my standards may not mix very well with every nationality. Some people tell me you need to lower your standards, you need to lower your morals, you need to lower these things. No, I just need to go and evaluate if I can find individuals where if I roll out the red carpet for them, they're going to roll out the red carpet for me. And that red carpet of both of us rolling out makes a longer red carpet. I don't like, for example, when I go to another country, no matter what country you go to, you're a guest in their country. You're not a local. So I feel the guests should be rolling out the red carpet. And as the host, if the host is rolling out the red carpet, you roll out a red carpet of appreciation and respect for the red carpet that they have rolled out for you. When you don't see this red carpet rolled out for you, why are you rolling out a red carpet for them? Why is your credit card or your money supposed to be basically rolled out, for individuals who don't appreciate you, don't appreciate your value, don't appreciate everything that you have done to even be able to live in their country, to be able to, help people or build a business? I feel that lack of appreciation for you as not a tourist, but as an individual who has considered living there or who has uprooted his life and has actually moved to another country. And when you don't see individuals saying, okay, this person is living here, he's a guest, let me roll out a red carpet and be interested in showing him some of our cultural, norms and things. When you don't get that from people, I don't feel you as the guest need to be pulling out your money, going above and beyond to share your resources and your wealth with people who really don't appreciate you. So that's why I'm going down to Brazil. Now Philly Dom has told me Brazil is a utopia and everyone's so friendly. So we're just going to go down there. I'm going to take Thailand and compartmentalize that over here. Yes, I'll be apprehensive about going there in the sense of what I should bring and what I shouldn't bring with me. A lot of people, call me like a fear monger. I like to prepare too much for certain environments. Like, for example, when I first went to Dominican Republic, I bought with me, because I was living there, I bought with me a generator. I bought me a Skylink system. Yeah. I bought me my own generator. I bought me a Skylink system because I contemplated this before I moved over there. No, Asians didn't roll out the red carpet for me. No, they didn't. I had to roll out a certain carpet for them, a green carpet, and then that carpet, their carpet was rolled out for me. So again, everyone wants to say the land of Thailand is the land of smiles, and I have no problems with agreeing with that. But the smiles are, wow, we have another customer. We have another customer. They're coming out of the plane. They need a taxi. They need to eat something. They need to buy something. I have a product. I have a service, and I'm going to offer it to them. So they're giving me a because they see an opportunity to make money. Of course, they're going to smile. But as for rolling out the red carpet, no. And I say that is because for the 1 year that I spent my what I spent $2,000 to go to a language school to learn to speak Thai. And as I'm trying to speak Thai with local people, they didn't really show me that they were appreciative of me trying to speak to them in Thai. That's where I feel like the red carpet wasn't rolled out for me. If I spent $2,000 of my money to go to a school to start trying to speak to you, you shouldn't show me that you're afraid of me. Like, yo, I'm approaching you speaking Thai, trying to show you that I'm making an effort to understand you, and hopefully you'll understand what I'm trying to communicate with you. All I got was a certain amount of apprehensiveness, a certain amount of fear, a certain amount of, okay, nice, all right, no problem. It's there, it's there. Okay, bye bye. So that's why I say to you about rolling out the red carpet, about not seeing if somebody gets off the plane, JFK came to New York, and it was like, yeah, I just came from this place. Same thing I did with Philly Dom. I didn't know him from a can of paint. He was in a location. He walks up. He's trying to send some money or looking to get a prepaid card. I said, hey, I don't know you, but I will walk with you to a bank so that you can get a prepaid card. And because of like whatever the reason was, he couldn't get it. He gave me the money. I purchased the prepaid card for him and then said, okay, here you go. I did this off of the strength because he's a brother from another mother. He's from Philadelphia. We consider that still the tri-state area. And just off of the strength of him being a black man in need of just a little assistance. That's rolling out the red carpet for someone. But not only did I do that, he went to Pattaya. We still kept in touch with each other. And when he was coming back to Bangkok, he was like, yo, I'm looking for a spot to, a new spot. And I said, well, dang, I got a second bedroom. Yo, you come over to my condo. You can stay in my second bedroom. Again, I just met Philly Dom here in Thailand. Didn't really know him, but you know what? I still rolled out the red carpet for him. See, I rolled out that red carpet because I said, you know what? I would hope somebody else would do that for me one day. So when you say, yo, Asians didn't roll out the red carpet for you, and you confirm this with Philly Dom, JM, he'll tell you. So if I'm rolling out the red carpet for another brother from another mother from America, he's a guest. I'm also a guest in Thailand. Why couldn't the Thai people, or at least the ones I encountered, roll out the red carpet for me? They didn't have to spend no money. Just invite me out. Invite me out. Show me that they were trying to make friends. Show me that they were willing to, help me understand their culture, talk to me, invite me to go out to dinner, things so I could taste their food, instead of basically me looking at certain things and going, I don't know what that is. Things could be explained to me. Not even one Asian. I won't say not one Asian. I did meet 3 Asian people in Southeast Asia, 4 Asian people in Southeast Asia. One was a employee from FedEx. He made sure I got my package that I sent to America. He made sure it got there. And when a package was coming, and I really wanted to make friends with this person because he could speak English, and he went above and beyond to make sure that I got my package. Because of that, I don't understand the Thailand obsession either. Okay, I'm not obsessed with it. I'm just explaining basically a situation from a question that was asked to me. Um, because he went above and beyond to make sure I got a package that was floating around in Thailand, I went to a certain bakery. I purchased these gourmet cookies and I gave it to him. And he told me that he could not accept, my gift. And I was really, really disappointed because I wanted to show my appreciation so bad. I offered like if I could buy him a gift certificate to go with for him and maybe two of his coworkers to eat at a place called Cheesecake Factory. Because as I said, when you do something for me, like roll out the red carpet, I go above and beyond for people to show them I appreciate, things that they have done or consider doing. And because he couldn't, accept any of my gifts, I really felt, like this is a good person. I would love to have this person as a friend, but I couldn't, he couldn't take my gifts and I was never invited out, to like after work hang out with him or meet any people from FedEx. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? I can only extend my courtesy and my appreciation but so many times. Um, a locksmith who was there, he helped me build my Pokemon ball. And I paid him, bought him a Christmas gift. He was an older dude. He wouldn't accept my offers to like hang out when I did say, hey, let's go ahead and have a drink. He'd be like, I'm an old man. You're a young man. He said, hey, buy me a six-pack of Coke. I bought him a six-pack of Coke. It made me feel good that if that's all he wanted. That was all he wanted. But at least I made an effort. Another young lady, her mother, I allowed her daughter to stay in my condo and rent it while she got a job. She basically from a place called Karat. I let her rent my room for like 30 days until she got her first paycheck to be able to move and find like a room that's close to her job. So I did meet people. I did meet a few people, but again, it's like they're in Karat. The daughter's here. We really didn't basically, I didn't try to do anything with the daughter. It was just I was doing something because of the strength of the mother. Once the daughter basically, got her job, moved out of my condo, we really had nothing more to say to each other. You see, I helped this woman allow her daughter to stay at my place. Now the lady did pay me rent, for her daughter. But once the daughter got her first paycheck and was able to get her room, I never heard back from the daughter ever again. So it's not like I was trying to go out with the daughter, do anything. It was just like, hey, I thought by me doing this, I was establishing friendship by doing these things as like actions that speak louder than words. So that's why I'm saying, like, I rolled out a red carpet. I didn't see a lot of Asians roll out red carpets for me while I was in Southeast Asia, specifically in Thailand. So, anyway, I was trying to talk about basically something that transpired with me on YouTube. Recently, I received a letter, and this is what the letter says. To help our community safely, we limit some of our more powerful features to channels who have built and maintained a positive channel history or who have provided verification. As of now, your channel doesn't have significant channel history. It has lost access to advanced features. This may have happened because your channel did not follow our community guidelines. Our community guidelines. How this impacts your channel. You won't be able to do things like embedded live streams, pin comments, add external links to your videos, get higher daily limits for the streams, shorts, and videos, how to restore access to advanced features, build positive channel history. Build positive channel history by following our guidelines. So this is what I am interpreting, because I'm not using a whole bunch of profanity. There's no sexual explicit videos in my channel. Occasionally, there's maybe some, I want to say, background noise or music that they probably say, okay, we're not going to play this everywhere. Okay, so you're just going to limit basically the places, I want to say maybe external places, maybe outside of the country, that, you know, they're going to show my content. But I'm not violating any sort of copyright laws. Looking at the last 3 videos that I posted, what YouTube is trying to tell me is this: your content is not sensitive to our audience. That's what YouTube is trying to tell me. Your content needs to be, as Philly Dom would tell me, 80% fake and 20% real. Think about that for a minute, because this is what he's told me. And as I look at other people's content, I understand what he's saying. I have to embellish certain things. I can't give people the 110% truth. I have to embellish. I have to exaggerate the truth. This is what I have determined. If I were to talk about the Holocaust, of how Germans, you know, had internment camps, and how they, you know, were exterminating Jews, and how a travesty that was, that would, you know, and try to gain sympathy for Israelis, that would be considered positive content. If I talked about the travesty of 9/11 and the World Trade Centers and the travesty, and tried to garner sympathy for, you know, all of the victims of 9/11, it appears this is positive content. But if or when I talk about, let's say, Black people and the travesty that they endured during the Atlantic slave trade, yes. Shame, 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 shame. Shame. Oh, we don't want to hear about that. We don't want to hear about that. Oh, no, no. You can talk about anything else, but we don't want to hear anything that has to do with the travesty that maybe Black people have endured. We don't want to do that. Oh, we don't want to push your content talking about anything where you're depicting a truth of a certain nationality of people being rapists, murderers, or colonizers. We don't want to give you any traction with that. No. It doesn't matter if this is the truth, if this is basically how people are in history. YouTube is a family-friendly platform. Have I been showing any video content where you have women saying cotton candy, sweet and roll, let me see where babies grow, and you see women in my videos shaking their butt, shaking it to the thong song, their booties all out, and all you see is just a strip of string basically hiding, you know, their private parts. They're literally butt naked. Yet and still, that content YouTube is pushing. So where is that family friendly? When basically you see, a bunch of, different Hispanic women with bouncing and their knockers out like that and their butt cheeks is out and young children is watching that. Yeah, young children, because, eventually they'll get access to it one way or another. So you're saying that's family friendly? Huh? That's family friendly? Watching your kids watch some girls rack, you know, bobbling around, that's family friendly to your 10 or 11-year-old kid? That's family friendly? Let's see, women. I saw videos. I saw videos a lot. But again, is that family friendly? Is that family friendly where you're seeing, guys walk around to maybe, Soy 6, Nana Plaza, picking up 304s? That's family friendly? Hmm? That I didn't know that was family friendly, but when I create 3 videos showing a depiction of how certain individuals in history were killers, rapists, and colonizers. Shame, 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 shame. Don't do that. We don't want that. That's bad for the community. That's bad for our family friendly platform. Oh my God, you put out part 2? You're showing a certain nationality in history grabbing up maybe an Asian girl, kidnapping her out of her little community, trekking her through basically a couple of miles. And then you're showing basically this individual tying her up, throwing her on a table. Now, although we didn't see anything further than that, but you got the idea of what he was going to do and what was transpiring, which gave even more credence to what I said in those 3 videos. That was taking place. That was taking place by a certain demographic of people. Yet Asians sit there and they say they're scared of us. And I'm like, why are you scared of us for? What purpose do you actually have to be afraid of Black people when we don't have a history of perpetuating that type of violence in history? You don't see Black people going around into different countries killing and raping and murdering and colonizing. No, you've never seen that on TV. You've never even heard of that in history. No. But in the movie Troy, what happens when the Greeks break into Troy City? What do you see? You see violence, you see murder, you see rape, you see people getting killed, and of course, you see the eventuality of colonization. In, I think, one of my other videos, it was part 3. It was just a depiction of basically what transpired during the civil rights movement of, Black people being sick, waters being sicked on them, dogs being sicked on them, even to the present day. What have I done? I showed a video of a woman with a little girl. She wasn't a criminal. The police run up on her with guns drawn and tell her, get down on the ground. And then nothing happened to the police officer. They let this woman go. Oh, it was a mistake. Oh, sorry. But think about how traumatized this child was. And the girl is like, please don't kill me and my mommy. But when you talk about stuff like this, now I'm not being family friendly. I'm not being family friendly because I'm exposing a truth. So again, as I mentioned earlier, YouTube wants someone like me to give you 80% BS with 20% truth. 80% BS with 20% truth. No, I'm not promoting hate. What I'm doing is simply showing Asian people, because that was the purpose of me making the video. JM, if you go and look at any of those videos, any of them, all I'm doing is asking Asian people, why are you afraid of us? I'm not promoting hate. It's a question. This is my way of asking Asian people, which you'll see in the what's name. It's like Asians have, less to fear, of Black people. Why are you afraid of us? When we travel around to your country, why do you act so fearful of us doing something to you when there's been no history of Black people raping, killing, and colonizing? Now, do you understand? It's not promoting hate, it's promoting truth. So, do you feel promoting truth is promoting hate? Hmm? Hmm? Is promoting truth promoting hate? I'm waiting for an answer. Is promoting the truth promoting hate? Thank you. Is showing the truth promoting hate? I think it was back in the 80s in New York. There was a woman, they call her the Central Park Jogger, a big story. You can find it still on Google. They arrested 7 kids, 5 to 7 kids, because a white woman claimed that these Black youths, and they called them all types of wolf pack and everything. These 5 young men between the ages of I think 16 to 17 years old went to jail because this white woman said that, oh yeah, they all raped me. They all raped me. They all did this. They beat me up. They raped me. They left me for dead. These men go to jail with a criminal record, and in New York, going to jail for raping somebody, that's a serious offense. You may not even make it out of prison if you do that. They go to jail. Years later, this woman comes out and says, they never raped me. They never touched me. They did a DNA on the person. They did a DNA. They found the person who raped her. But she confessed that those guys never raped her. So if I talk about how some people are coerced into lying against others, why is that so harmful to social media? Exposing the truth. Journalists do it all the time. Okay, but why are they intimidated by a Black man? What makes Asians intimidated by Black men? Is it possibly social media? Is it possibly a certain narrative that is perpetuated on television that makes Asians see Black people in a certain light? It's not fear that they feel intimidated by. It's not fear. They just feel intimidated by Black men. I don't feel intimidated when I go around white people. My cousin went to an all-white school. All-white school. He didn't feel intimidated. So if I can go to if my family can go to like all white schools, because you don't know my background, you don't know my history. If my family, they can put us in all white schools and we don't feel intimidated, why do Asians? What has made them feel, or who has told them that they need to be afraid of us? Again, where in history have we done anything to Asian people for them to feel intimidated by black men? That's the question, Jay, I'm asking. You're saying they just feel that way. Why? Hmm? Why do they feel intimidated? They don't feel intimidated by white people, yet and still in Thailand, recently they have had what? A guy from what? Australia kill a 17-year-old, stuff her in a suitcase? Stuff her in a suitcase. And there's been other violence, to Asian people by Caucasian people. Yet and still, why are they afraid of us? We're not going around to other Asian countries killing minors and stuffing them in suitcases. You don't see any news reports of black men basically, going around and killing people or beating up cops in Thailand, taking their guns and it's being captured on film. So why are Asians feeling like this? It's weird and strange. There's a fear of blacks and Africans, a group of people that they've never met or encountered that much, but we have an open acceptance, towards them. Exactly. We're so open towards Asians or anybody. We open our door. We have such loving hearts that no matter what, we'll open our door to everybody. Yet, everybody looks at us with scrutiny. Most of the times while I was in Thailand, trying and speaking to people in Thai, they thought I was African. They thought I was African. I don't look African. I don't sound African. But they would ask me, are you African? Do I sound African? Do I look African? Oh, well, I don't know. You don't know? Africans talk this English this well? Exactly. Media. Media has made them think negatively. Media. But if they were really open-minded individuals like they claim to be, or they claim to be smart, so intelligent, they know that they shouldn't believe everything they see in the media. They shouldn't sit there and believe everything someone else tells them. Go experience it for yourself first. You know how many countries I've lived in? I've lived in 5. 5 countries. I've traveled to over 27 different countries. I've heard negative things about several of these countries. I still went. There are dudes right now going to Colombia, getting scopamine, dying. I went there. It never happened. I went to Colombia. I arrived in Santa Marta. Then from Santa Marta, I visited Barranquilla, Cartagena, and then I flew to Cucuta. Nothing happened to me. No bad experiences. None. But because something happens to other people, is that my fault? No. People are not thinkers and they will never change. Thank you, B. Thomas. They are not thinkers. Why aren't they thinkers? Because they don't want to think. They don't want to know. They rather let someone else think for them and just go along to get along. Yes, absolutely correct. If you want to talk about history, then you should know that in Asia, the lighter the skin, the higher status you gain in their society. JM, this is their brainwashing. The lighter your skin, the higher. That's their brainwashing. That's their culture. To think that the lighter you are, the higher you up in society. But yet and still, look at the color of their prize, their Muay Thai fighter. Their prize Muay Thai fighter is this color. He's as dark as I am. Yet they praise him. They praise him. So you're saying the lighter the skin, the higher status you gain in their society. You sure about that? Because their Muay Thai fighter is as dark as me, yet he's well celebrated throughout Thai culture, throughout Thai society. You sure you want to stand by that statement? You sure? Because the same statement could be said about Manny Pacquiao in the Philippines, but look what color he is. Look what color he is. Again, you're trying to say the higher you are of a lighter color, the better you are. Yet and still, you have Caucasian people sitting out in the sun trying to get this complexion. Rich people in Thai don't care about Muay Thai. Look at all the people in the royal family in Thailand. They're all light-skinned. They don't care about Muay Thai, yet they promote it. They promote it like they all care. They go to events. It's highly, it's highly celebrated. They don't sit there and be like, hey, you're beating up a bunch of people. No, we don't want this shown. It's highly celebrated within the country. So who's promoting these Muay Thai events? Who's promoting it? Poor people? Rich people in Thailand don't care about Muay Thai, but who's promoting these Muay Thai events? You think poor people? You think poor people are going around promoting these Muay Thai events? Listen, I don't know the royal family in Thailand. I'm not trying to know them. But are you hearing a thing that I have even said to you? Who is promoting these Muay Thai events? Is it people with money or poor people? You haven't answered the question. Answer the question. Because that's 2 times you've asked me a question. You still haven't answered it. I've asked you. I've asked you. When am I going to get an answer? Still listening. Waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting. Muay Thai falls under tourism, which is a source of income for the rich families. Okay, so if this is a source of income for the rich families, who's promoting the Muay Thai? Is it the poor people promoting the Muay Thai for the rich family to get paid? Or is it the rich family promoting Muay Thai so the rich family can continue to get paid? I'm just asking a question. You still haven't answered the question, though, but that's okay. I'll read between the lines. Okay. That's, yes, Philippines is getting better in the colorism front. They nominated mixed black Filipina. Yes, I saw that. Yes, they did nominate a black Filipina as their Miss Universe. Congratulations. Congratulations. Learn to read the whole paragraph. JM, answer my question. Okay, you asked me to learn to read the whole paragraph. Answer my 3 questions. See how we can play that game? Because you haven't answered any of my questions, but you're telling me to read the entire paragraph. So both of us can play that game. Both of us. You don't want to answer my question. I just skim through your message and go, I'm asking you to be honest. You want to promote that it's okay for them to be afraid of Black Americans or Black people in general. But where in history have we done anything to show Asian people why they should be afraid of us. See, I'm not getting off the topic. I'm not getting off the topic at all. That's why I made the videos, and that's why basically YouTube is coming at me saying that, oh, you're not following our guidelines. In order to get in our good graces, you need to change the tone of the trajectory of content you create. That's what they're telling me. But you don't ever hear me coming on YouTube saying, hit the Cash App. Because I don't need YouTube's money. I don't need Google's money. So you won't hear me say that. I don't even care if I ever get monetized. That's not my goal. I don't need their money. Why should I pay other people for it? Show me someone important outside of sports entertainment in Thailand who is dark. Outside of sports or entertainment in Thailand who is dark. I don't know everyone in Thailand. While I was there, I was simply trying to communicate with locals to build relationships so that I would get better acclimated with things in Thailand. That's why I spent $2,000 to go to a language school. And that investment didn't reap me anything, because I discovered most of the people I would try to talk to, again, hear me carefully, most, I didn't say all, most of the individuals that I would try to make friends with, try to talk to them, they had shown me that there was a fear of talking to me, even when I would try to talk to them in their language. It wasn't a great conversation, but it was just a little conversation, and trying to build a friendship and just trying to build camaraderie and make them feel comfortable by speaking to them in Thai. And it always made them appear uncomfortable. So I spent $2K to do what? I can count on one hand, the individuals that basically really made me feel like they actually rolled out the red carpet for me so I could roll out the red carpet of appreciation, like I told you I did with the guy from FedEx, who my package, it was looming around somewhere in Thailand, but he stayed on it. He made sure my package was delivered to my house. It was a credit card. And once I got it, I immediately went to this, really expensive bakery. I bought him these really expensive, gourmet cookies, and I left it with him. And he told me that, oh, Kun Byron, thank you very much for the gift, but I can't really accept it. So I gave the gift to, my coworkers. I still felt good that he did that, but it was like, wow, someone did something for me and I can't reciprocate. So I said, okay, what about when you get off? I'd love to give you a gift card, and you can take you and maybe one or two of your coworkers to a restaurant where it's called in Central Mall. It's called Cheesecake Factory. Don't worry, I'll pay for it. I was going to buy them a gift. He was like, no. Yeah, you're right. Blacks have never harmed in masses, unlike what happened in Asia working in U.S. West Coast in Civil War era. Thank you. For us to harm people, you had to do something to us. Perfect example. Look at, this Harriet Tubman story. She was just stealing slaves. She was stealing slaves to bring them to what's the name. And look what happened. If you watch my video, what happened? What did the white woman do when, her slave owner called this young woman into the room? Come in here. Yes, master? Don't yes, master me. Pow! What did she do? They called her into the room. He was there. She was answering, basically, someone calling her, and she was slapped just for simply answering a call, or better yet, being a ninja on a sunny day, and maybe it was partly clouded, so she was still guilty. So showing that that's wrong. Is that showing being is by showing these things wrong? Is by asking Asians, look at history. Look at history. Now, if you see a lot of history, why are you still afraid of us? Unless they're doing like this also. Okay, I don't want to know anything. I just want to pretend that basically all black people are bad, white people are good, and I just want to keep on walking around in life saying, yes, you black people are bad. All of you are bad. But guess what? I like your music. I like the way you dress. I like the way you dance. I want to dance like you, walk, talk, and dress like you, but I'm afraid of you. That doesn't make any sense to me, JM. You want to walk, talk, dress, and act like me, but you're afraid of me. For them to be afraid of us so much, they for sure love our music, yeah, love our culture, and copy it. Exactly. They copy our culture. So again, I'm just, why do they fear us? What is being perpetuated about our culture in society throughout history? Because remember that they social media and the internet was just created within the past maybe 15, 20 years. 15, 20 years, the internet, remember we had internet before, but there was something that the military was using. But I'm talking about the internet where it's like social media internet, where we can all see what we're doing all over the place. Where in history, since I think it's called BCE era, where have we been these violent people? Where have we been shown to be these violent people in history? And so when I show this history and ask people this question, why are you afraid of us? What have we done to make you fear us so much? I'm being looked at as I'm being hateful. Some people says now on here, it's like, oh, you're promoting hatred, or how? How am I promoting hatred? By disclosing the truth.
This all started when they got a call.
And here, what am I saying here? Why Asians should have less fear of black people. That's my question. Why Asians should have less fear of black people. That's within the caption of my video, in the description. So how am I promoting racism, prejudice, or hatred when I'm asking a question? I'm showing you something and I'm asking, this has been the history. And this history basically is throughout history. This is a continuing thing of colonization. How do you think they colonize people? They got to kill somebody, rape somebody, change somebody's DNA. You know how that happens. But if I talk about it, I'm promoting hatred. Come on, guys. Am I really promoting hatred? Or is it everyone here is so sensitive, including YouTube, that the truth cannot be televised? Is that what's going on? The truth should not be televised. We should tell 80% of a lie, 20% of the truth, a little spin on it, a little sugary drizzle. Is that what we should be doing? Is that what we should be teaching our children? 80% lie, 20% truth with a little drizzle on the top. And then we send them out and we tell them this is how you should be in society. Is that the legacy we should be leaving behind? Is that? I don't know. I'm asking you all these questions now. That will be the legacy I leave behind. That will be my legacy. But I'm asking people who may have different opinions, is that the legacy you want left behind? For everyone to feel so sensitive that they can't tell people the truth. Your breath stinks. Yo, really? Thanks. Now we can't be honest with each other. We can't have an honest conversation with each other. Is that basically what we're teaching, Gen Z, Gen Alpha? We can't have an honest conversation unless basically you do it from a cell phone, you send them a text message, you send a whole bunch of emojis, and now that's the norm. That's how you tell people the truth. You do it through subtlety. I was in the military. I had a friend from South Korea that joined, and he said in his country, they showed the Black people as committing crimes and never showing the good. Wow. There you have it. Who was showing him when he was in the military? Who was showing him this? Who? Was it white people promoting hatred for us? Was it white people promoting hatred towards the African American community or Black community? Who was doing this? Or was it other Asians showing that Black people are committing crimes? I just love to know so I can do more research and be like, okay, Asian, so where did you get, this video footage to be, show people that's just being nothing but criminals? The Korean media or whoever is in charge. EC, thank you for joining my live. I don't know if you've ever heard of a song by John Mayer, but within the lyrics, basically, it goes like this: when they own the information, they can bend it all they want. So obviously, they're getting a certain type of media or footage to be able to perpetuate a certain level of hatred. I don't know where they're getting it from, but they're being given media to basically show their people to hate us. Instead of showing anything good about us, negativity. Only negativity. Show them negativity, but yet still, everybody wants to buy Michael Jordan. Everyone wants to play like Shaquille O'Neal. Everyone basically loves Kobe Bryant's jersey. Everyone loved Muhammad Ali. You go to Vietnam, I think it's Vietnam. Muhammad Ali is a treasure out in Vietnam because he refused to go to war. He refused to be a soldier in the Vietnam War. He's a hero there. But no one knows about that. How come Asians don't know about that? How come most Asians don't know about the Buffalo Soldiers who helped liberate the Filipinos in the Philippines, who went against the orders of their commanding officers who were white and said, no, we're not going to help you oppress these people. We're not going to do it. But that history is 6 feet underground. Propaganda, exactly. Propaganda is very powerful. What part they don't like? What part they don't like, don't you understand? No. Do you understand? I'm trying to simply lift the veil of stupidity because that's what I consider their fear, JM. I consider their fear of us is stupidity. It's stupidity. Again, who do you see in Thailand raping girls, going to jail, MMAing a cop, him and his brother, taking his gun? It ain't black people going to jail over there. I'm going to Brazil. That's the next country I'm going to. I'm going to Brazil. I'm going over there for about maybe 2 months, and we're going just to see basically if there is an opportunity for me to, because I can speak Portuguese. I don't have to go over there and learn it. I actually speak Portuguese. I speak Spanish. So I'm gonna do a lot of this. Do a lot of this. And I'm going to listen. I'm going to see how people treat me. I'm going to see who tries to take advantage of me. And I'm going over there to also, because Philly Dom, he promotes Brazil as like, this utopia. I want to really see just how cool Brazil really is. Because if Brazil is really cool, I have some devices over here that I would love to bring over there to maybe try to start a small little business. And if the business picks up, maybe I can buy some more of these devices and bring it over there and maybe open up a salon or a spa and start giving people, a certain type of treatment. Even though I have seen, like in most of the videos I've seen in Brazil, most people are fit over there, but I still have seen a few girls that do have a muffin top and can would definitely appreciate a little body sculpting, But that's where I'm going over there to do. I'm going over there to assess the situation, assess how friendly people really are, assess the danger level, assess the poverty level. I'm doing a lot of assessments to see where, if I would, consider Brazil, how viable it is to open a business, how feasible it is to, maybe gain residency over there. There's just a lot of things that I'm going to evaluate, and assess while I'm over there. And if the pros can outweigh the cons, and again, I do speak Portuguese, I do speak Spanish fluently, not un poquito. I will maybe get a 2-bedroom condo over there for maybe about 6 months. I will bring my devices over there, and I will first maybe try to do like a little, private service, maybe out of my condo, or I will provide private services to people who are interested in these type of, I call them, it's aesthetics, a service for aesthetics. And if, it starts to grow and I'm gaining more clientele in the aesthetic business, then I will buy more machines. I will bring the machines over there, maybe get a legitimate shop and continue to move on. But if basically during my initial visit for 2 months, I don't see the possibility of me, of a business like this being profitable, or not even so much profitable, but where I can't utilize my knowledge and these machines as maybe building friendships among a community of people within, I say, the medical field, where I can meet professionals. I'm a sapiosexual. I'm attracted to intelligence. I'm not attracted to, people who ignorance. I'm not attracted to that. Actually, it irritates me. I'm irritated more by people who are unreliable, irresponsible, who aren't diligent. That irritates me. So I feel if I go to this country, I bring these devices over here, I now start to make an effort to interact with the medical community, people who are within the same business that I am, build friends and relationships. This could be my circle compared to going over there and just, as O'Shea Duke Jackson would say, clap cheeks. That's not my objective. That wasn't my objective in the Dominican Republic. That wasn't my objective in the Philippines. That wasn't my objective in Thailand. To go to these countries and clap cheeks. When I go someplace, it's for a purpose other than. Now, if I'm clapping cheeks, it's a byproduct of me being over there. I'm a man. I see someone who's attractive. You know what happens. Chemistry happens. Chemistry is going to happen. Yeah, I'm more attracted to intellectual people. I'm attracted to intellectual people, not men. I like having intellectual conversations with people. But I am specifically attracted to women who have intelligence. Yes, do I like having an intellectual conversation with men? Yo, as we say, iron sharpens iron. You understand? So if I meet an intellectual guy and dude is cool and he could teach me something, it's not an attraction of like, this dude. No, it's not like that. So let's get that out of the way. We're not bisexual, okay? I'm attracted to people who are intelligent. And there's a different type of attraction. There's the, this dude is smart. I don't know everything, but I can learn something from this guy. Instead of basically JM trying to make someone think, so are you bisexual? No, we're not bisexual. Okay. That may be something you're trying to drum up as basically, wow, well, but you're saying you're attracted to intelligent people. Yeah. Who is not interested in being around people who are smarter than you or people as smarter than you? So you like being around dummies? You like being around fools and idiots? Is that what you like being around? Even guys who are less intelligent? No, I am not bisexual. There you go. But if you enjoy being around individuals who are less intelligent or who are fools, I understand. Shoot, my cousin's smarter than me. He's a guy. I'm not attracted to him sexually. But I still I'm enamored with his intelligence. I'm enamored by him being smarter than me. Now, he's older than me, but guess what? I have a cousin. She has a PhD. She's my cousin. I'm enamored by her intelligence. Do I want to have sex with my cousin? You think I want to have sex with my cousin just because she has a PhD? Huh, JM? Really? Is that what you're trying to promote here? Oh, so you're bisexual, huh? As I said, my cousin, they're smarter than me. I'm actually I'm fourth in line of intelligence in my family. Fourth. There are 3 other people in front of me who are smarter than me. But because 2 of them are male and 2 of them are female, does that make me bisexual? Because I'm enamored by their intelligence? Really? This is the type of stuff that happens in YouTube. You say you're attracted to intelligence, and somebody thinks because you say stuff like this, they try to, so you're bisexual. Yes, I said I'm attracted to intelligence. I'm attracted to intelligent women, but I'm definitely enamored by guys who are intelligent. I love it, an intellectual conversation. I love an intellectual conversation. That does not mean I'm bisexual. That does not imply that I'm bisexual because I love an intellectual conversation. But again, obviously, maybe because you may not be enamored or you may not enjoy an intellectual conversation. Maybe you enjoy unintellectual people. I asked you 3 questions and you never answered them. I asked you 3. When are you going to get back to me with those answers? You asked me, are you bisexual? No. And there's people who know. There's people who know that I'm not bisexual. So you said attracted. See how somebody tries to sit there and turn your words around because I'm saying I'm attracted to intellectual people. I guess basically I shouldn't be attracted to intellectual conversation. If somebody's basically talking about how you make money and you can add to that conversation, you shouldn't be attracted to that. They attracted to drama and vices. Yes, apparently so. They are attracted to drama. What reaction, positive or negative, they can get out of you. I don't have vices. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't run around different countries saying, okay, I'm going to this place and I'm going to pay for these prostitutes. And this week, and then next week, I'm going here and I'm going to pay for these prostitutes. I don't, I feel I'm worth more than that. I'm worth more than that. Aren't you? So why should you feel like you need to go to a country and buy love? Why? My college education cost $300,000. $300. Now it's just for a bachelor's degree. And people in other countries think I'm not, which took me 10 years to pay off. But they don't think I'm worth it. They don't think I'm worth, communicating with. My intellect isn't attractive. I'm sure it is to some people who are like me, sapiosexual, whether it be a woman or a man who may know everything about architecture, maybe a genius, but guess what? He knows nothing about banking, law, and financing. He knows nothing. He knows nothing about what to do with his money, where to invest it. But he hears me talking in a conversation with other men about what they should do, and he's interested. Why? Maybe he loves the conversation he hears. Should I think he's bisexual because he says, hey, can I talk to you about what you're talking about? Can I give you my phone number and we can have a consultation? Should I think he's bisexual too? Because he enjoyed hearing about men talking about bettering themselves in life? JM? Should I think he's bisexual? Because guess what? I've helped a lot of people sue collection agencies simply because they heard a conversation, they were interested, gave me their phone number, and paid me for a consultation. Should I think every man is bisexual? Because they heard a conversation. They heard an intellectual conversation from an intellect. Wow. And this is the type of stuff that I talk about on YouTube. I just simply express a truth, and everyone's not comfortable with the truth. Some people have told me, and Philly Dom has told me this, I don't care. Yo, man, you too strict, you too this. I'm like, yeah, Philly, you're right. I need to mellow out sometimes. You're right, Philly, because I know myself. If you tell me something and you're right, I got to shut the fuck up. I got to shut up. Why? Because when I hear the truth, as long as I know it's true, I got to shut up. Just my word choice made it suspicious. How old are you, JM? How old are you? Huh? Are you the type of person who uses, sus, cap? You've never heard me speak like that. So again, by me saying I love intelligent people, I'm attracted to intelligence. You gain, the first thing you jump to is he could be bisexual. Yeah, I think so. Yet and still, are there people in your family who are older than you, who have educations, and because they may be smarter and older than you, do you dislike them or do you still love them? Or are you not interested in some of the things they have to say, but that make you bisexual? Hmm? Does that make you bisexual? Because maybe you have older family members that are smarter than you and you feel what they have to say is worth your time? Red frogs, this president didn't live lack of control. Okay. You're 40 years old. Okay. So we're close to the same age, JM. We're close to the same age, yet and still, I'm a little older than you, just a little. And you think, which I'm going to use a young word, it's sus. You like intelligence. So you're attracted to Albert Einstein. You look at his brain and you go, really? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he may or may not be into. All I know is I don't see where someone could have come to the conclusion of asking that type of question simply because someone is attracted to intelligence. Wow. Wow. And I'm still waiting for your answer, JM. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for, you threw out there that I'm promoting, hatred. And I'm still asking the question from you and other Asians. I'm only want to know that where in history does it show that we, throughout history, Black people, people of color, have been the killers, rapists, and colonizers of the galaxy. Yeah, the galaxy. Now, yeah, we're still, on Earth, but it ain't like we're up there building spaceships. Build, when I mean spaceships, I'm talking about boats. We're building boats, saying, row, row, let's go over here. Look at that. Well, Christopher, we found land. Yes, I have discovered those people over there. Well, you didn't discover America. Someone was already there. Someone has already discovered it far before you. Yet still, nobody wants to sit there and stop celebrating Christopher Columbus Day here in America. Ain't that something? Christopher Columbus discovered other people who were already living in America. So they discovered it first. And Christopher Columbus says, I discovered America. I discovered America. Really? Really? Huh. But it's okay. It's too late for them to retract, history. Christopher Columbus has been, thought of for years as the discoverer of America. Yet, who really discovered America? Was it the people way before his time? Because if he's discovered people, that means there were already people who discovered it before him. That's what that says. He discovered people who already discovered America. So he didn't discover America. Yet and still, should I believe the lie? Knowing the truth, should I still believe the lie and say, nah, they say Christopher Columbus discovered America, but dang, they were already Indians here. They were already Indians in America. So if they were already Indians in America, who discovered America? Hmm? Who discovered America? No one wants to answer these questions. It seems like everybody's in I don't know mode now. I don't know what's going on. I can't answer that question. It's okay. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed either. As I said, I'm fourth in my family of intelligence. There's a doctor with a PhD. There's a cybersecurity analyst or genius. There's a CPA in my family. And then there's me. I'm fourth. Again, I don't know everything. I never claimed to know everything. I'm fourth. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I know I'm not the slowest car on the road either. I don't know everything, but I'll tell you I don't know, and I'll go get the information to go find and to go and give to you. And I'm not afraid to sit there and say this. I don't know, but I'm going to go and find out and give you an answer. I'm not afraid to do that. That's what my intellect tells me to do. My intellect tells me to admit that you don't know everything, admit and acknowledge that you don't know everything, and go find out the answers. There's Philly Dom right now. Let's see.
She was drunk. She's like a little confused because she went out with her brother drinking. That's what she said too. When you're drinking, man, you ain't always there sometimes.
There's Philly Dom. Yes, I'm on YouTube right now doing a live. No one wants to answer any questions. I'm not being arrogant. I'm not being arrogant. This is actually my normal, my normal personality.
And she doing 50,000 things a minute. She got 3 kids, bro. She got a housekeeper. She got a big ass house. She got a nice car. You'll see. She got a lot on her plate, bro. You got her mom with her, him with her. She got a lot on her plate, man. Once again, it's just you, bro. You don't have no pressure on you. It's just you.
Yeah, okay. And look how I had to explain things, Philly. Look how I had to explain things. I don't see how basically, she was confused about a simple question. Look at the screenshot. A simple question. Again, you, like a whole bunch of people, you all want to see the good in people when all I see is the truth. Well, everybody, I'm about to get off. It's almost 7. It's almost 8 o'clock. I need to start cooking dinner. If anyone has any more comments, complaints, I can answer for you before I'm gonna hit the road. Also, listen, I'm writing a new book. It's a financial literacy book. I'm hoping that it'll be published by the end of this month. I will promote it, on YouTube. It will be a Kindle Fire. It will be promoted on Amazon. This book has so many secrets in it, with my experience working in banking. You should grab it, because if you do grab it, I guarantee you it will help you retire. And I'm not telling you this because, I want to sell my book. I'm telling you this because the knowledge and information that's in there is stuff that I did. stuff that I did to allow me to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to start working at 38 years old. I'm not going to wait until I'm 65 years old and sitting out there trying to go to other countries and have fun and be like, hey, yeah, baby, come on over here. I got some money for you. No, I wasn't going to do that. No. I said I need to basically get away at a young age so that I can start traveling around the world and not have to work, 9 to 5. Even though, hold on, I can't say I have a 9 to 5 because I do consultations, in America for, clients who have debt collectors who harass them. So I do give consultations. I do help them sue people from, other countries. I just draft up the paperwork, send it to them, and basically they file it in the court, and then they just give me my money when basically everything, gets settled. How do you feel about guys that get stuck in the moniker lifestyle in Thailand? This is how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm speechless, but I'm not speechless. I'm speechless, but I'm not. So in order to maybe, not step on toes attached to the ass that, I may meet later, I just do like this. Man. That's it. Other than that, though, if you like this type of content, please like, join, subscribe, share. Again, I have a book coming out. The book is called Borrow Till You Die. Basically, we're going in the this is the third review. So the next, after we do this review this weekend, it's basically, going over to the publisher, back to the publisher, or and then basically the copyright phase and things like that. But the book is called Borrow Till You Die. You can't take this with you. This book is basically going to show you some secrets on how to borrow, how to basically walk around the metal detectors. Forget about the underwriters. I'm telling you secrets. I'm helping you build wealth. And no, I'm not telling you to go sink a whole bunch of money in a certain account. No crypto crap. None of that. I want you to win. You purchase this book, you're going to see steps of how you can get credit, get business credit fast. Use, I didn't say spend, how you're going to be able to use this to triple, to double, triple, quadruple, and then be able to go out on that road and have fun like me. So pick up the book. It'll be out hopefully by next month. I'll be promoting it. It's called Borrow Till You Die, because you can't take this with you. But you can't. You can't take it with you when you die. So guess what? How about you borrow till you die? And when them people start coming after you, you do like this. as they're lowering your coffin, you can sit there and be like, come get it. Come get it. Yeah, come get it while I'm down here. Come get it from my cold come get it from my cold dead head. And that's what basically I'm going to teach you in this book, how to get it while you alive. And it ain't going to be no crypto crap, none of that. I'm going to show you how to invest in you, not in no crypto. I'm not telling you how to invest in the stock market, none of that. I'm showing you how to invest in you, what to do, the steps, what to do step by step, so you can scale yourself, your finances, and continue to scale them as long as you keep following these steps. Okay, so if anyone has any more questions, comments, or complaints, if not, I'm going to end this live stream now. We've been on here for 1 hour, 30 minutes, and I truly appreciate your time. I truly appreciate your comments. I truly appreciate your attention. Even if you don't answer my questions, it's okay. Silence is still an answer in the law. But But I thank you again for joining me in this live stream. Truly appreciate it. We'll be back here again once we have gotten our book in our hand to promote it, and it'll be promoted on being sold on Amazon, Kindle Fire. We're also going to be selling it in different languages. So anybody on here, konnichiwa. Yeah, we're going to have a book, in your language coming to a theater near you. Yo, this is BA, compadre of the one and only Philly Dom. Yo, I'm signing out. Love, peace, and hair grease, everybody.